What's up, boys? Welcome to the first annual League and At Postseason Accolades Awards Show. Guys, don't get too excited about this suit. I actually am wearing shorts underneath it, but hey, my shirt's tucked in at least. Oh, I know you're excited. It's only been like 3 months since the season ended. This is coming out just in time for March Madness. I see the irony in that and apologize, but what are you gonna do? Things get crazy and it kind of slipped my mind. But we are here and we're about to start the show. Now, that being said, boys, it was a great year. I won, you lost, and that about sums it up. However, there was all kinds of action going on in the league that went way beyond wins and losses. And as we have learned from the Oscars, there's nothing better than a group of people throwing a fancy award show for themselves. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And today we're finally announcing the winners of the League and At Postseason Accolades. The votes are in, and it's time for y'all to hear the results. So without further ado, let's do this. The first postseason award is for the 2016 Worst Auto Draft Team of the Year. Every season there are a few tool bags who just can't make the draft and have to auto pick their teams. We can't have this, fellas. We're just not gonna have it. So we're gonna demoralize and humiliate anyone and everyone who relies on artificial intelligence to pick their team. So our first award is for the Worst Auto Draft Team of the Year. And the nominees are Mike Walsh and no one else. Is that it? Yep, just him. He was the only auto draft player this year? Wow, what a tool. Yeah, he couldn't remember his password. Seriously? Yep. Anyway, it should come as no surprise that the winner of this year's worst auto draft team is, drumroll please, Mike Walsh! Congrats, buddy! While I'm sure you're honored, this is probably a catch-22 because ironically, the best year your team has ever had is also the year you auto-drafted. So unfortunately, you can't really take credit for any of that. Thanks, ESPN, for a great year! Moving on, our next award is for Best Auto Draft Team of the Year. And wouldn't you know, Mike Walsh is the only one nominated for this one as well. You know, honestly, we were just gonna save ourselves the time and give him this stupid award. Congratulations, Mike. Your automatic draft made you an automatic winner of both of these awards. So yes, you're technically a winner, but let's face it, you're still a loser for auto drafting. Our next award is the most meh performance of the year. The criteria for this award was pretty open-ended, and I kind of felt like leaving it up to you, the voters. That being said, there certainly wasn't a shortage of crappy seasons to nominate. Here are the following nominees for most meh performance of the year. Adam Ayer at 4 and 9. Brad Carney at 6 and 7. Tanner Patton at 6 and 7. Travis Kramer at 6 and 7. And Penn Whitlow at 7 and 6. And the winner for most meh performance of the year goes to Adam Ayer! Congrats, buddy! You received 33% of the votes and won yourself an award for the most uninspiring performance of the season. Brad and Tanner each received 25% of the votes, so they were a close second in terms of worthlessness, but not even those idiots could top your irrelevance, Adam. Congratulations on most meh performance of the year. Our next award is for most likely to look good in a dress. Now, we all know who won this one, so there's really no need for all the hoopla. But just to make it official, the winner of the most likely to look good in a dress goes to Sam. Now, here's the deal, buddy. Let's get real for a second. You have until the end of the school year to hold up that sign on a busy street corner on Penn State's campus. We've waited long enough. You're welcome to do it in Europe too, actually, but I don't know if they have the same appreciation for fantasy football that we here in America do. Now, I've ordered you a girdle and some stilettos from Amazon, so make sure you grab those before you do this. Congrats on the win, and let's make it happen, Samantha, okay? Thanks. Our next award was one of my favorites. I was very excited to see how this one was going to turn out. And this is for the Comeback Player of the Year. You know, this award honors the never give up, fight until you die spirit that we all appreciate. And I was not surprised to see that this was a very close result. So the nominees are Christian. Now guys, it was all but statistically impossible for Christian to make the playoffs, but his win streak, combined with some timely losses throughout the league, helped him defy seemingly insurmountable odds to make the playoffs and finish the season in 3rd place. Not bad, man. Well done. Corey. Nearing the end of the season, it seemed Corey was in line for the dress, but he actually rallied in the playoffs to win the 2016 Toilet Bowl against Sam and secured a 10th place finish by the end of the year. Mike Walsh. Now, Mike had 3 of his studs suspended before the season even began, and he actually went 4 weeks without Tom Brady. Not an easy feat, but he did manage to win 2 of his first 4 games, and he finished the year in 2nd place. Pretty solid, despite the fact that he was an auto draft team. And finally, Sam Whitlow. After having struggled to consistently fill a roster at all in previous years, Sam really stepped up big time and only had 1 unfilled spot all year. We're all proud of you, Sam. Good job, and let's keep it up. So, the winner of Comeback Player of the Year is Mike Walsh. Mike actually received 41% of the vote, while Sam and Christian each received 25. So it was pretty tight. It turns out that people actually respected Mike's play despite the fact that ESPN did it for him and was really the one responsible. Seriously, Mike made the best of a tough situation and really could have folded, but he rallied to a second place finish behind your boy Melvin. Well done and congrats again. You are the 2016 Comeback Player of the Year. Now I like this award and I'm excited to see who wins this one. Our next award is You Were in This League? Least Participation in the Text Thread. Now the league text thread was quite active this year, more than any year we've had in the past, and I loved every minute of it. The participation level was incredible for most of us. However, there were a few individuals who ignored the constant notifications to the point that most of us forgot they were even in the league. So this award goes to the person we most frequently forgot about. And the nominees are Tanner Patton. You know, Tanner was really a pro when it came to ignoring the text thread. Often he would say he's too busy to keep up, but his Snap story indicates that may not have been the case, as snaps of he and his brother out enjoying Pittsburgh frequented my phone while he was too busy to reply. So what's the deal, Tanner? Were you lying to us? I mean, what's up? What's going on? Either way, we kind of forgot you were in the league, so it doesn't really matter. Sam Whitlow. You know, I must say, I can't really blame the guy for not participating. His season was pretty rough, kind of like actually every season he's had in fantasy football. I mean, with that being said, I can imagine he didn't have much to say because his season was miserable. However, I'd like to see you step it up, Sam, because whenever you do, you always throw out some great smack talk. So let's pick it up, buddy. Just a little bit, just like Penn Whitlow. Penn doesn't typically say a lot, but when he does, it's always a gem. Again though, kind of like his brother, I'd like to see more from Penn. I mean, participation is the lifeblood of this league, but I will say out of all the nominees, Penn participated the most, so keep that in mind. And the winner with 58.3% of the vote is Sam Whitlow. Wow, so far it's been a big day for Sam. Not only did he win best looking in a dress, but he also won most forgettable in the text thread. So hey, I actually wish I had kept track of how much time passed between each of Sam's texts to the league, or how many texts he actually even sent to the group text, but I didn't do that, unfortunately. However, it sounds like either way, you need to step up your text thread game next year, man, okay? But hey, either way, congrats. You did nothing to earn this reward, and ironically, that's exactly what earned you this reward, so good job, buddy. In keeping with the text thread theme here, our next award is for Where's My Safe Space? Person who left the text thread most often. Now, this is likely the result of too much participation in the text thread because things can get a little heated at times. You know, throughout the course of the season, there's a ton of trash talk. And at times, the banter could really heat up. Some of you pansies couldn't take the heat and decided to leave the thread so you could go cry to your mamas. Those who did it the most got nominated for Where's My Safe Space? I don't know. I'm so offended! Person who left the text thread most often. And the nominees are Jonah, Travis, Christian, and Corey. All of these people, I guess, left the text thread at one point, but we're about to find out who the winner is. So, with an overwhelming majority of 8 votes, the winner is Jonah Kramer. Congrats, man. You won in a landslide. And wow, now you're officially the biggest pansy in the bunch. You know, granted, I will say this. Most, if not all of your exits from the text thread were comically motivated, but this award doesn't pay any attention to that. So out of principle, I'm just going to call you pansy again and say congratulations. Congratulations, you pansy. All right, y'all, the next award is a big one, and it's for Team of the Year. Now, there were no specific nominees for this award, as everyone in the league was actually eligible. With that, the 2016 Fantasy Football Leagueinette Team of the Year award goes to Austin Taylor.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I can't believe this. I'd like to thank my parents, my grandparents, all of the owners of the Leagueinette Fantasy Football League. I love you. Lance Armstrong. I'm sure I'm forgetting someone, but wow, I'm just so thankful. I just can't believe this. I'm so humbled, just so pumped. I beat the crap out of every last one of you. Thank Thanks, guys. All right, seriously, it does feel good to win, boys. I'm sorry for the theatrics, but I do need to point something out. Somehow, I only managed to secure 58.3% of the vote. And I got a problem with this. So I looked at who voted for who, and then it all made sense. So I'm gonna out you all. No private ballot here. Penn voted for himself. Tanner voted for himself. Jonah voted for himself. Sam voted for himself. And Travis voted for Corey. Sounds about right. But moving on, this is kind of a fun one. The next award we have is the Most Unlucky Award. And the nominees are Travis Kramer, who had the most points scored against him throughout the season. Penn Whitlow, who lost 7 players to the injured reserve list throughout the season.
Live in faith towards you with the body of Christ and service to each other, and live a
Got him. Corey Salem, who lost 2 games by less than 2 points, dramatically altering his overall standing in the league and keeping him in contention to wear the dress. Barely escaped that one, buddy. Penn Whitlow, who by all standards was poised for the playoffs, all he needed to do in week 13 was beat Sam in the War of the Whitlows. But Drew Brees laid an egg, only scored 7 points, and that cost him the game and a playoff spot, making room for Christian to get in. It was incredible and incredibly unlucky. And finally, Jonah Kramer, who scored the 2nd most points in the league, but only finished in 7th place. That is brutal. He must have had some really tough matchups, honestly. And the award for most unlucky goes to Jonah! Jonah received 50% of the vote, with Penn the next closest at 25%. Jonah honestly had a solid squad this year, which makes these statistics all the more unfortunate. Clearly, his matchups were just terrible. He must have faced the league best weekly scorer or whatever each week. I don't know what happened, but either way, he didn't come away with enough wins to make it happen. So honestly, that's brutal, bro, and just plain unlucky. No wonder you left the text thread so much. Now, our next award is for the worst performance of the year. And now I would really hate to be the guy that wins this one. So which of our 4 nominees will it be? The nominees are Mike Walsh, who lost by 55 points to Jonah in week 4. Corey Salem, who after winning the league in 2015, literally reversed his 11-2 record, finishing 2-11. Jonah, who scored a measly 43.1 points in the first week of the playoffs for the league's season low point total. That's pretty bad. Or was it Sam, who lost the bottom of the barrel 11v12 game against Quarter and now has to wear the dress? This is gonna be good, boys, so let's find out who the winner is. And with 41.7% of the vote, the winner is Corey Salem. Congratulations, Corey. You are the winner of the worst performance of the year. Not only did you have an absolutely wretched season, but now you have an award to commemorate it. I'm sure you're gonna hang this one on your wall for many years to come. Care to comment? Yay! Okay then, congrats, buddy! Another fun reward here, boys. This is for the best trash talk. And as you know, our league definitely had some incredible trash talk this year. It's totally stepped up to a new level, but some of it truly stood out above the rest. So our next award is for the year's best trash talk, and the nominees are Liam for Your Team is Butt Cheeks, Christian for If My Team is Butt Cheeks, then Liam's team was the toilet paper I used to wipe my butt cheeks. Solid response. Brad with Liam is One Ply. That's why Christian tore you up so bad. Man, this is good. And finally, Liam for 2 things will survive an atom bomb: cockroaches and gingers. So the league has voted and the results are in, and the winner is Liam for 2 things will survive an A-bomb. Wow, that was really funny, and I literally remember laughing so hard at that to the point where I was crying. Liam was clearly the king of one-liner trash talk this year because his comments received a combined total of 58% of the vote. And like I said, I was dying laughing reading all of these, so I would just say well done to you all. And Liam, in particular, these were great, and I'm just proud of the man you've become. It's good stuff. So proud of you. But seriously, keep it up, and I look forward to many more hilarious one-liners in the future. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is likely one you've all been waiting for. This is the award for the best villain of the year. The nominees for this award are Christian and Travis. Now, it should come as no surprise that Travis was nominated, as he thrives on stirring up controversy. I love that about him, and it definitely added a lot to the league this year. Travis solidified his nomination with perhaps his finest work to date, suggesting a Trump-Pence bumper sticker for Corey's low score punishment pick. And in terms of villain skill, it was his masterpiece. It was his Mona Lisa. Brilliant. It was unbelievable. Now with Christian, I was kind of surprised to see Christian receive a nomination, as he's a super lovable dude. However, upon further reflection, I do see how Christian stirs the pot in his own subtle manner. He may not be as overtly villainous as Travis, but he definitely stokes the fires of the league in his own sneaky way. He plays innocent, but he loves getting people fired up. Christian loves to rub his victories in your face through an endless stream of texts and gifts, and if your team is by chance playing against Alabama in the first ever college playoff, he's going to root against them simply just to drive you insane. Christian. So I guess upon further evaluation, these two nominees make a lot of sense. So it's time to reveal the 2016 Villain of the Year. And the winner is... both of you! Are you freaking kidding me? It was a tie! A tie vote, split right down the middle at 6-6. So unsatisfying. Unfreaking believable. Oh well. Maybe this will provide incentive for you two to work even harder next year on your villainry and really separate yourself as a true villain of the league. Or perhaps a new villain will appear. We'll never know. In the meantime, congratulations to Christian and Travis on their equally villainous performances of the year. Wow, for our next award, this is showing me that it seems Travis and Christian were two of our fan favorites this year, as they are also the only nominees for this next award, which is the Funniest Moment of the Season award. Now, there's no surprise here, we just talked about it, but Travis was nominated for his work in the 2016 Make Fantasy Great Again saga, while Christian was nominated for suggesting an incredible shirtless pic of himself as the punishment pick for Liam's low score. I mean, as an objective observer, these were two of the funniest moments in my fantasy football history, and I loved each and every one of them so much. It brings a tear to my eye. I can't wait to see who wins this one. So, the award for funniest moment of the season goes to... Christian! Wow! This was actually a really close vote. Christian just barely edged out Travis with a small majority of 7-5 of the votes. So it was literally as close as it can get. Thankfully, no tie here, but you know, I have to admit, this was and probably always will be one of my favorite Christian Jaramillo moments of all time. He stepped up huge here, and that pick he suggested was just hilarious, and it has now earned him the award for funniest moment of the season. Congrats, brother! Well, unfortunately, that was our last award, and so that kind of brings us to the end of our awards ceremony. But there is still one last important detail we need to address. Before the season started, we voted to approve that the league winner would be able to give the last place finisher a new team name. And by the definitions that we set before the season, Sam is the last place winner, last place loser, whatever. So not only does he have to wear the dress, but as the league champion, I get to pick his team name for next year. Gonna be great. So Sam, your team name, it's getting repealed and replaced, buddy. Gone, all right? Say goodbye. So today, I'd like to announce the new name that I have picked for Sam, aka Cotton Needs New Shorts. This was not an easy option at all. In fact, I tossed around a number of different ideas, including, but not limited to, Sam Wit Blows. One big pile of wit. He called the wit poop. I sit down to pee. And Toy Wit Bowl. All these seem really fun, but they just didn't quite do it for me. So, you know, upon further reflection, I felt it needed just something with a little more oomph. That being said, I couldn't help but notice how much everyone enjoyed the Trash Talk nominations this year. So in an effort to continue the joy that these comments brought the league, I have decided that Sam's new team name will be Christian's Butt Cheeks. Tasty. Drink it in. It goes down smooth. Brings me so much satisfaction. Man, that's good. Oh, that's good. Drink it in. And once I thought of this, I absolutely knew I had to pick it. I mean, the comedic mileage with this is endless. So, I mean, you can say things like, hey, Sam, enjoy looking at Christian's butt cheeks every time you sign on to ESPN. Or we can say things like, man, I just laid the smackdown on Christian's butt cheeks. Or even better yet, Christian's butt cheeks really dropped a bomb on me this week. I mean, it's gonna be glorious. I'm already chomping at the bit for the Trash Talk for next season. Sam, I'm sorry, but not really. But you can always look on the bright side. You will be able to change your team name after next season, as long as you don't finish last again. Anyway, guys, I hope you had a blast this fantasy football season. This will be the last recap until next year, and I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss you guys. I already do. I miss you all like crazy. I hope you're all doing well, and I seriously love each and every one of you to death, and I love this league to death. It was such a fun year, and I really can't wait until the fall. Thanks for a blast of a fantasy football season, and I'm so glad I got to be a part of this with all of you. So until next season, it's your boy AT signing out.
He said, yeah, you better come out with it. Go hands up, we got you surrounded.